This is the voice. The voice of the Patriot, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the Patriots. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now this is our daily editorial, and I'm so happy to be with you, my brother, my sister. Now the very first story we are looking at today is taken from Ghana Web, and it says Asiedu Nketia doesn't look the part for presidency. And this is Martin Kpebu talking. I read. Now, private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu has shared his views on the prospects of Johnson Asiedu Nketia, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, becoming president of Ghana. Now, speaking on a panel discussion on Joy FM on September 21, 2025, Kpebu admitted that while Asiedu Nketia can rise to the presidency, there are challenges, particularly when it comes to public perception and optics. Now, according to him, the NDC still enjoys significant goodwill among the electorate, citing the over 1.6 million vote difference between President John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia of the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 general elections. He argued that such a wide margin cannot be erased in just one electoral cycle. If he wins the primaries, he can make it, because that means the whole party machinery and even John Dramani Mahama himself will rally behind him. Now, with the first past the post system and 50% plus one, he can scrape through. Kpebu explained. However, he was quick to note that Asiedu Nketia's main hurdle would be how Ghanaians perceive him visually and stylistically as a presidential candidate. Let's be blunt. When it comes to optics, generally speaking, Asiedu Nketia doesn't usually look the part for presidency. That's just the truth. Simply put, without all the shenanigans and political underpinnings and diplomacy, Asiedu Nketia doesn't look like a president. That's all Martin Kpebu is talking about. The optics, the perspectives, the stylishness, and all those things, they are just a diplomatic way, in fact, of speaking the same thing. They are euphemisms, my brother, my sister. Now the point is blunt. Asiedu Nketia doesn't look like a president. Maybe he looks like a garden boy. Or maybe he looks like a galamsey man. Maybe he looks like a lotto staker. Maybe he even looks like, somebody who sits in front of a public toilet to take money. Maybe that is what Martin Kpebu is talking about. But let us be serious here. Listen, how does a president look? Whose yardstick is this? Is it the West, the East, the South, or the North? Whose idea is it that a president should look a certain way? Is it about the looks, or is it about the brains? Is it about the looks, or is it about the content? Even the Bible says, clean up your garments, but don't end there. Clean up your heart. Not only your garments. My brother, my sister, it hurts me that in this time of our democracy, people are still looking at the so-called optics and style. This is one of the things killing us. Oh, Canada, Japan does not look like a president. He has never worn a suit, coat and tie. How can he be president? Oh, Nanado doesn't look good in African print. Therefore, he's always wearing suit. He's a presidential material. This, my brother, my sister, is a colonial mentality, and people who have read a little book, a little bit of books, should not be speaking like this. I am so embarrassed. Is it about Asiedu Nketia's brains? Or is it about what he wears? Must he have a pot belly before he becomes a president? Must he look like a dwarf before he becomes a president? How does a president look? Can somebody tell me? It's because we overly concentrate on looks. That is why, my brother, my sister, every now and then charlatans are voted into power. Those who steal our money and use that on dirty programs and projects like the cathedral. I have not forgiven Nana Akufo-Addo, and I am not sure I will ever forgive him, my brother, my sister, for taking us on a certain trivial, useless journey of money spending. The cathedral is still sitting there. Millions have been voted into it, all because you voted for a man who looked like a president. You didn't vote for the content of the president. My brother, my sister, looks are deceiving. There's a popular reggae song by Albert Griffiths and the Gladiators, and it says, looks is deceiving. Remember, this is ungrammatical English, but this is Jamaican patois. Looks is deceiving. My brother, not everything that shines is gold, and not everything that glitters is diamond. Think about it deeply. I am so embarrassed that at this time of our democracy, we are still considering a man who most of the time is wearing fugu not to be a presidential material because he doesn't wear suit. It's a shame. In fact, if it's about looks, I will vote for Asiedu Nketia today, vote for him tomorrow, vote for him again the day after tomorrow. He wears what I want to see. This is a man who wears most of the time African print. If he's not wearing a fugu from the north, and he's wearing something that is close to our culture. If you don't want a man like this, who do you want? A suit wearing puppet of the West. To Martin Kpebu, maybe he's not speaking for himself. He's speaking to the average, weak-minded, paragonized-minded Ghanaian voter. Regionalized thinking. I leave it here. For Asiedu Nketia, aka General Mosquito, please do not go bleaching your face because of this trivial talk, hogwash, balderdash. Do not go fattening yourself because somebody wants you to look plump. Don't go wearing suits, or else I'm sure you will look like a puss in boots. Look the way you look. Good-minded people, discerning people will gravitate towards you. I leave it here. Now the next story I would like to look at is still on Ghana Web, and it says Miracles Aboagye punches NDC over perceived laxity in Galamsey fight. And I read then it's Miracles Aboagye, and aide to former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has presented what he claims is evidence of aggressive illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, in forest reserves across the country. In a video shared on X by Joy News on September 21, 2025, Aboagye is shown with media personnel engaging with residents of Aguna Kwanyako in the Aguna East District. Together with the media, we visited the Aguna Kwanyako in the Aguna East District this afternoon to provide the evidence as requested by government, he stated. Now, according to Aboagye, the residents of Aguna East are suffering from the effects of illegal mining, despite having no history of it in their region or area. Aguna East in the central region has no mining, and I've never seen gold before. But here they are suffering from effects of Galamsey. From far away eastern region, he said. He urged the NDC government to take action and fulfill its campaign promises to address the issue. Now the evidence is here and is right in the home of the minister for current communications, he added, directly linking the issue to the government. People like Miracles Aboagye are candidates of hell. They are people who should be lined up in front of the gates of hell, and Satan asks to deal with them severely with no mercy. You know why I'm saying this? It is good that evidence is being provided. It is good that we are urging the government to keep its campaign promise of fighting Galamsey. I want to see Galamsey ended. I want to see our river bodies clean and nice. I want to see people live healthy lives. But when a hypocrite is speaking, it is so disgustingly bad. 8 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the story of Galamsey. Miracles ceased to perform miracles in the 8 years of Galamsey and beyond. We saw how our water bodies turned into cocoa tea. We saw how our environments were degraded under pressure. They started going around, my brother, my sister, causing storms in teacups. My brother, my sister, building molehills, my brother, my sister, into whole mountains, building castles in the air. What did they do? They went around burning excavators, while their party members were busily going around salvaging all those excavators and saying that it was their duty to protect the excavators used for Galamsey by their own parties, for their party members. We heard all that clearly. My brother, my sister, in the run-up to the elections, we had medical doctors of good standing in the erstwhile NPP government tell us that Galamsey will not stop today, neither would it stop tomorrow. And that people were just waiting for them to come out and say, we are stopping Galamsey, so they would lose the elections. They will never stop Galamsey. We heard that. Again, my brother, my sister, we saw how a running mate to Bawumia, the foul-mouthed Napo, tell us point blank that Galamsey will not stop today, neither would it stop tomorrow, because they needed to win elections. Where was Miracles Aboagye? He all of a sudden lost all his miracles. He became deaf and dumb. Today, 8 months into power, Miracles is waiting for the miracles to happen all of a sudden. My brother, that notwithstanding, let's get into the real character of the issue. I am sad that we still have Galamsey as a problem in this country. I was expecting that by now we would have shot and killed some 5 people in cold blood to serve as a detriment, my brother, my sister, to all these people who continue to destroy our flora and fauna. They are killing us. Now listen to the story. All the way in Agona, people are suffering from the effects of Galamsey. Yet Galamsey is not directly happening in Agona. They don't even have gold. Neither do they have bauxite. All they have is their lives. Yet Galamsey happening in the eastern region, illegal mining. The effects have trickled down and disturbing our people. Listen, I don't believe in anybody saying, you know what, Galamsey is saving the economy For that matter, we must not stop it. You are cutting your nose to spite your face. At the same time, we are being stupid. What happened to agriculture? We all want quick money. What happened to all the wonderful endeavors that could help revive our economy? Patriotism, change of attitude. We are not doing all this. We want to perform magic with the economy, destroy the land, make the money, and make it look like the economy is good. What kind of a leader are you? Killing millions to make billions? It's a shame, my brother. I'm glad Miracles Aboagye has been able to bring some evidence. In fact, all those asking for evidence, they know that evidence is all over us. But the chameleons that they are, the ostriches that they are, they will all visit hell one after the other. I give you cancer of the pancreas. All those who are destroying our flora and fauna in the name of Galamsey. Cancer of the pancreas. Cancer of the scrotum. Cancer of the anus. Cancer of the mouth. Cancer of the brain. My brother, it is time to shoot, to kill. My brother, my sister, there's another issue here I would like to look at, and I need you to come along. There is a story here that says that we are not in the jungle, and for that matter, we should never think about shooting to kill anybody on the Galamsey field. And I honestly want us to go into that. It says Ghana is not a jungle. We cannot shoot to kill illegal miners. And this is one Awula Serwaa. Let's find out who Awula Serwaa is. Now, the coordinator for environmental group Eco Conscious, Awula Serwaa, has firmly rejected proposals for a shoot to kill policy against illegal miners, describing it as extreme and unacceptable. Now, speaking in an interview on Frontline on Rainbow Radio 87.5 FM, Serwaa acknowledged the destructive impact of illegal mining, calling perpetrators environmental terrorists, but stressed that Ghana must uphold the rule of law. Now, with the greatest respect, we are not in a jungle, she stated. Even when someone is accused of murder, they are entitled to a judicial process. There are rules of engagement even in times of war. You cannot shoot someone in the back. She clarified that the only circumstances where lethal force would be justified is if illegal miners are actively open fire on security personnel. Instead, she argued the most appropriate and lawful approach is to arrest and prosecute. Well, she did not mince words by saying that these are environmental terrorists. Now let's do some mathematics. The environment is what sustains life. If we have environmental terrorists, logically, it means that these are people who are after our lives. I should still wait for this person to open fire on me before I protect my life. Does it make sense? Can I do the mathematics again? This is logic. The branch of mathematics that is called logic. My brother, the environment is the sustainer of life. Without the environment, human beings would not exist. And if we have environmental terrorists, they are terrorists coming after our lives. For that matter, they are murderers. We must not wait for them to open fire on us again before we gun them down. It is easy. Galamsey should stop now. Anybody found on the Galamsey field will be shot and killed. Why don't you even start experimenting with rubber bullets? Shoot them. Trust me, the average Ghanaian is a coward. When you shoot 2, 3 people, Galamsey will stop in this country. In fact, I love life, but I hate people who destroy lives. And I wouldn't mind to sacrifice them for the majority to live a good life. My brother, my sister, I love life so much so that I don't even eat animals. I can't stand blood from the murder and assassination of animals. I see them slaughtered every now and then. They cry, begging for their lives. They love their lives the same way you love your life. But you don't care. You slaughter them, eat them, and make merry, and say, oh, God gave it to us to eat. Okay. Today, there are people out there destroying our environments, threatening our very lives. And somebody says we should wait until they pull guns at us before we shoot them down. When will Galamsey stop? Continue paying lip service to Galamsey? We all will go down soon. When we start getting cancers, we all start dying one after the other. All these guys who are waiting for Galamseyers to start shooting us physically before we shoot them down, they will be sensible. I leave it here.
Should've